While completing the camo challenges for the crossbow, I knew eventually I was going to have to do long shots. I've heard tons of complaints about how it's difficult and it's not the easiest thing to get long shots with, which makes sense. I knew I wasn't going to excel with long shots, but I was pleasantly surprised when I went into a ground war game and got all 25 long shots done in a single match. All I did was throw on a long range optic and make sure my weapon was tuned for long distance. If you're struggling, just don't play 6v6, hit up ground war, and get some long shots. Unlocking Orion camo itself was really nice and straightforward on the crossbow. 50 kills, 5 double kills, 15 kills from behind, 20 prone kills as your base 4 challenges, and then you have your standard mastery challenges of 3 kills in a single life 10 times, 25 long shots, 25 headshots. Unfortunately for me, when I unlocked the crossbow and decided to do my camo grind, there was no shipment or shoot the ship 24/7 playlist. I had to settle for Dome, which is absolutely fine. It's a great map. It's just a little slower and less efficient in the camo grinding department than I would have preferred it to be. I had to wait to unlock the crossbow because I didn't have a console to do the weapon unlock glitch, so I had to wait for the event to actually be accessible. Do I know what the event is called? No. Do I care? Not really. All I know, it has to do with something with the Ashika Island map for Season 2, so I'm going to call it the Ashika event. All you have to do if you're trying to still unlock the crossbow is complete the 7 event challenges that there are, and once you've completed all 7, then the crossbow is yours, and you can do whatever you want with it, never use it, unlock Orion, doesn't matter to me. I honestly don't know what's going to happen when the event's over. I'm assuming that you're going to be able to unlock the crossbow with a standard weapon unlock challenge, the same way we usually see mid-season DLCs. But honestly, worst case scenario, if the crossbow can never be unlocked outside of this event ever again, just have a friend drop it for you in DMZ, extract, and you'll still unlock the crossbow. As always, the crossbow is extremely satisfying and fun to use, and this year we've had a couple improvements to it. No longer do standard bolts get destroyed by trophy systems. The specialty bolts will still get destroyed by trophy systems. That includes the gas, thermite, and explosive tip, which makes sense. I'm not upset about that at all. There's also a wider variety of attachments than we're used to on top of weapon tuning, so we can make the crossbow perform however we want it to, which is going to be great for those who want to use it in Warzone. I haven't used it on Al Mazrah yet, or even Ashika Island. I would definitely want to. I just haven't played Warzone in a long time. I've stuck to 6v6 and have started my Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Ultra Pro CDL ranked mode grind, which actually, you know what? I trash talk ranked modes and the CDL because of the lack of diversity when it comes to freedom of choice. But when you're in a match and it's really competitive and there's lots of action going on, it's really fun to play. Would I prefer there to be a lot more diversity? Of course. It would be sick to use shotguns or the crossbow in a mode like that. But I kind of do understand why there's such a lack of weapon choice. I just would prefer it to be a different way, but hey, not my circus, not my monkeys. I've also completed the crossbow weapon mastery challenge, which, as a refresher, you have to get 1,000 kills using each of the mastery camos. Well, okay, a total of 1,000 kills with each of the mastery camos. The order goes 100 kills with gold, 200 kills with platinum, 300 kills with polyatomic, and 400 kills with the Orion camo. Once you've fully completed weapon mastery, as always, you get the respective camo calling cards, and you get the weapon charm. There's nothing really special for getting 1,000 kills, which makes sense because it is only 1,000 kills, but I wish there was something a little bit more. When it comes to the main weapon mastery grind, I have completed every single DLC weapon, including the dual Kodachis. I'm almost done the base 51 weapons as well, so I'm close to unlocking the weapon charm for completing all the weapon mastery challenges, which still extremely underwhelming reward, but at least there's something there. I have only the full auto weapons left, so that's assault rifles, SMGs, and LMGs, and I have select guns that I've been using over the past month already completed. That means that the hardest part of the grind is over, and I just have to wait for shipment 24/7, and then I can hammer out 1 or 2 weapons a day, so whenever that happens, I should be done in a week or 2. I've become really selfish and don't like grinding at all unless it's shipment 24/7, just because of how efficient that map is to get as many kills as possible. Yeah, I could do it in hardpoint 6v6 or shoot the ship or dome 24/7. You name it, there's probably another playlist I could be using. I always feel like I'm wasting time if I'm grinding on any other map than Shipment, because in reality, it's way more efficient and you will unlock whatever you're trying to unlock way faster, if you're a good player. Of course, some people still might struggle on Shipment, but that's just a skill issue. There's also a skill issue if you're not using code WILD at checkout on gamersubs.gg when you're purchasing any flavor or the new Mommy Milkers flavor. Now that was a super funny self-promotion that was not shameful whatsoever. As I normally challenge myself with every single weapon mastery challenge, I always want to get a MGB with said weapon. In the case of the crossbow, it was extremely difficult. The crossbow is pretty straightforward and simple to use, but when you think about going on a 30 gun streak with it, that's where things get a little bit challenging. If you're using the standard bolts, you will get the odd hit marker from time to time, which can cause you to die in the most frustrating of ways. So you might opt to use thermite or explosive tips, which are great because they not only can still one shot, but if you end up getting that lower body shot where it would just be a hit marker, the thermite or explosion will finish the kill for you, which is a great way to solve the hit marker problem. However, when you're using a specialty bolt, you're going to be losing damage and range, which means not only are big maps going to be a complete struggle, your bolt is going to travel through the air a lot slower than you're used to, which means that I had to search for medium to small range maps to get the MGB. Now, don't get me wrong, I got close to the MGB a couple times on some large maps. I just ended up dying because I couldn't properly track my arrow at ranges and would die because I missed shots. I eventually learned that I should be carrying throwing knives with me because if I miss an arrow at close range, I still have a second chance with my throwing knife to get the kill, which in a lot of scenarios actually helped me maintain my streak and eventually get my MGB. In my experience, getting an MGB isn't always the easiest thing to do. And when you add on top using the crossbow, which has one shot and one shot only on top of a slow reload time, I had to be perfect. And not only with being as accurate as possible, I have to choose the right time to attack objectives, the right time to shoot enemies, the right time to try and push an enemy spawn, because if one wrong move happens and I'm caught reloading with my pants down, I'm dead and my streak is completely gone. I was also extremely lucky because on the odd time that I did miss a shot with the crossbow, I would either get that kill with the throwing knife or the crossbow bolt with the explosive tip would land so close to the enemy that the explosion would kill them. And if they were weak enough, the explosion would kill them as long as they were in the radius, even if it didn't land that close to them, which did save me from time to time. This is by far not only the hardest MGB I've ever gotten, but the hardest nuke in any Call of Duty game I've ever gotten, which kind of scares me because eventually I want to get a knife-only MGB. That's the crossbow. It's a really fun weapon to use if you want to switch up your playstyle. I managed to unlock Orion on it, I completed the weapon mastery, and somehow by a miracle after days of trying, I managed to get an MGB.